I don't know. But it doesn't mean they regret how it was. Is there a chance of tweaking coils? There's a chance. That'd be a ways out. They're going to focus on MSQ first. They've talked about in 7.0 going back and addressing 8-man content. We'll see. We'll see. I think they're going to go for the easy stuff first, right? Like in Total Rock, all you have to do is delete the heavy, and the whole dungeon's made better. So it's a fairly simple change. As opposed to like coils really needs to be kind of redone. In today's content language. It was, at the time, it was incredible. So, like, I would hope that they'd find a way of preserving how it was. I hope they don't always have to write over the past to give us something new. I would love, like, a coils hard. Because hard in this game doesn't mean harder. That's what extreme and savage mean. Hard means we're going to revisit the content and get new story. So maybe there's an excuse to go back and, like, re-experience coils through weird uses of, like, time shifts or something like that. You know? Like when you talk about hard modes of dungeons, that doesn't mean hard. It just means going back a second time at a later point in time. So, like, I would love a binding coils hard. I think would be a neat way of addressing it mechanically. You can solo it. You can solo it now. You can solo it now. All right, so I did copper. We slayed them. I don't know the story of coils. I'm only talking mechanically. I don't know the story. I skipped all of that. I just obtained 1,000,000 gil, sure enough. Whoa! Whoa! Cool, we can do all of our teleports now. All teleports all the time. Yeah, you can easily solo it. So when it pops up in your Wondrous Tales, just go knock it out. Alexander, coils, all the ARR extremes are all super, super easy. There's a couple that give you, like, there's a couple that have weird mechanics to them that kind of suck alone. But, yeah. So, I'm looking forward to experiencing the coils narratively, because I've never done that. Now, if I want to do it on this character, I would need help. We can do it unsynced, but I would need help. Because, like, I'm not going to be able to unsync it. But if I want to do it prior to going to Heavensward. Here we go. Next cutscene. And the problem is I'm not on a server that you guys can help me. Oh! Conqueror of Copper Bell Mines returns. Thank you. Thanks to you, all mining operations can resume. And Uldor will have the materials she needs to rebuild. Our nation's in your debt, friend. Some great profits indeed. Screw the locals. I'll share the good tidings with Papa Shaw next time I see him. As for you, you'll run to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive in one piece. So he just stands there? I guess there's no profit in going outside. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this. I paid for it with my own coin. What rot! You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I am a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. But I ain't done nothing wrong. Dwell with me witness. Please, adventurer, help me. I beg of you. I swear on my mother's grave I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat my children to a decent meal. What's with the hip thrust? Oh, such an unnecessary emote. And who the hell are you when you're at home? This dog's master. I've had enough of this mama's farce. You lot teach him a lesson. There it is. Oh. I like the golden saucery music. It's like I'm in a gate. Oh, everything about this has been dark. And I've played what we've done so far. I've played this post Shadowbringers, but not post Endwalker. We're gonna get to stuff I've never played. And each time, so now I've seen it twice, and I skipped through it once, and like each time I pick up something else that's just dark and awful. So, I don't know. It's awful. Yay! Did you see the size of that ring? Why are you getting paid enough for this? Hey! Where the hell do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you thrice over. Oh. I swear there were more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? Simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. They tried to make the best of it. It was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation is more pronounced, Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does, but I would be lying if I said that it wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't ferment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worst, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Garlean Empire, patrolling the streets for riffraff. I mean, we may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you've no coin, you've no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to help find employment, lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins, get your dodo tenderloins. Guaranteed cheapest in Thanaland. Thank you for your customs, madam. Please come again. Looking around, you'd think that old doll was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. Sir? You alright? Oh yeah, I just do that from time to time. Mid-conversation. It's totally normal. What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? Yeah. What? Saw her by the meat, you say? That's absurd. Hey, as did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? I'll overlook this, but just this once. God's bless you, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what the monsters might have done. I don't bear thinking about. Bye. You gain 40 experience. 4-0. Quest completion's where it's at. Case closed. Hello, Yida. We've been keeping a close eye on you ever since you left Gridania. You discharged your duty as envoy impeccably and never once faltered in the face of myriad of dangers. And more importantly, you were always ready to help those in need, even if you didn't stand to earn a gil by doing so. I made 1 million gil. I got 1 million gil for doing what I've done. You are possessed of all qualities we seek in an adventure. Of this we are convinced. Even if you were kind of dragged into this business with dodo meat. Yes, thank you. Then there is the matter of your gift. I dare say you are curious as to the nature of the vision you bore witness to moments ago. We can help you understand it. You're not the only one with that power, you know. We have a friend who has it too, and we'd love for you to meet her. And meeting her is only the beginning. You'll get to run errands for her for days. We would also have you lend our strength to our cause in return. Oh, so much returning. We should be glad to assist your adventuring endeavors in whatever way we're able. Should you decide to take us up on our offer, and I sincerely hope you will, pray speak with Momodi. The proprietress of the Quicksand is a good friend of ours. She'll tell you where to find us. Wait a minute. We haven't told you the name of our order. We're the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Defenders of Justice. Oh, but don't tell anyone. Except Momodi. She knows already. Cool. Now, when am I for sure past all things that pop up prior to, like, based on your starting city? Is that 30? Like, is that what happens here when I turn this in? And from here on out, I'm on an identical story as everybody else? Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a good spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing a tale of gentlemen's woes with womanfolk from time to time. Ah, Meteor. Sorry to keep you waiting. Should provide guidance to a fresh-off-the-carriage adventure. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you. No one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with the giants in the dark. Sure, you're every only adventurer in my own tent. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Though, before I forget, there's a lass who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. I've got this head in my backpack. My name's Etta. I'm an adventurer like you, though. Not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when I'm sorry. We were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avern. He and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see. An adventurer's adventurer. He swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of that chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired just as Avern once was. Ed, I've only been adventuring like a week. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I'll go back to the village of my birth and begin training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask your name. It's Meteor Derplander. Oh, I shan't forget. Thank you, Meteor Derplander. I pray that we will meet again. Fare you well. Adventuring can be a cruel, bleeding business. Time was, I don't know why anybody would bother. And they first asked me to take charge of the guild here. I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Ought to be a right pain in the arse to get after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be a part of your lives. That goes double for yours. What did you say? You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest then. Listen, Scions ain't no ordinary folk. The work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Hey, 800 gil. We're starting to talk real money here. I'm ready. So, you want to know more than you do? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on another, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being old Don. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, so they're always looking for dependable adventurers to join them. Individuals like you, Meteor. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, and you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay out in western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is called the Wakened Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance and you'll be let in. You're a man in demand, Meteor. These days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget about them. It's helped make you into the adventurer you are. Drop in, tell me how you're faring from time to time. You hear? Alright, well, I said my piece. Off you go. Okay. But first, we need to catch up on class quests. Because that's a problem. I'm way behind on class quests. So if I catch my class quest up, I can't do my jobstone yet. That's what you guys are saying? So I can get all the way to level 30, but I can't do the... I can't do my job quest. Which is a little disheartening. But I can at least finish all of Conjurer. Which has been fun. Come on. Meteor, you have returned at last. Were you able to speak with the Sylphie? Yeah. I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of the nature we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing. The principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw the boundless life and force of nature bestow upon the wounded. Sylvia has never sought to borrow that from the bounty. Her power stems from her own life force, the vital energies of mortals, however finite. Now that which I most feared has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills, and Sylphie's aptitude for the art is, if anything, even greater. Thus, it is not unexpected that she would reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I, for one, could not bear to see the child suffer the same fate as her mother. I shall think on a solution to this dark dilemma. Maybe that I have need of your assistance in the near future. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who has passed the trials of earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day. I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role as bringer of life, but you also felt the implacable power of a surging wave as it swept you along in its path, like earth and wind and nature at large. And the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Oh. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied you mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. Yet this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself ever more closely to the elements and to nature. Oh, that's an upgrade. But that's a freaking cowl. I hate cowls. What's with all the cowls, man? Give me real gear. Alright. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. And it's not better than mine. It's an upgrade over the chest only because it's comparing all of a cowl to just a chest. Chest plus L, I've still got it. That was 11,000 experience. It's 82,000, so I'm still getting a decent chunk of a level. Interesting. Huh. I'm 15 MSQ quests away from unlocking jobs. Holy crap. Greetings, Meteor. You radiate the confidence of a conjurer who neglects not his study of the elements. I confess I've no lesson for you to learn this day. Instead, I would ask that you aid me in the education of another. Yes, I speak of Sylphie. After no small amount of prompting, bordering on coercion, the child has finally promised to attempt to embrace the forces of nature, but I'm afraid the matter is not so easily resolved. Sylvia's never attempted to learn the basic offensive spells that you and most other conjurers mastered before venturing off into the wild. As such, she is ill-equipped to undertake this trial, which she furnished you and your peers with an understanding of the elements. Put simply, she is no master for the tainted spirits of nature. But if a more capable conjurer were to accompany her and purify the corruption in her stead, it may yet serve to impress upon her the power of the forces at work. I bid you take her on a pilgrimage around the 12's Wood and give her the opportunity to witness these confrontations firsthand. Earth, wind, water, she must know them all. Show her the majesty and the primal ferocity of nature. As it was with you, let Earth be her first lesson. Sylvia waits you at Ben Branch Meadows. Pray forgive my presumption, but I thought it best to send her on ahead while her conviction remained strong. Once you have located the patch of corrupted soil at Bent Branch, draw forth the tainted spirit and let her witness the struggle that ensues. May the element aid you in this endeavor, meeting. Alright. This is only the 15 quest. I am 32 already. I'll definitely hit 50 this week. It's just a question of will I actually clear level 50 story. I don't think I'll have any trouble hitting level 50 in 4 days. Yeah, I'm being told he's old. Oh, these are all those filthy chocobo breeders. Alright. Hi. You ready, child? Are you ready? Okay. Okay, come here. You know, you're gonna watch? No, get closer. Pay attention closely. See, what you do is you cast stone, and whoa! Last time it took, I killed this in 2 hits. Now it's gonna take like 7. Alright, 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 alright. Did you see that? Okay. Ah! I wasn't scared, I was just a little startled, that's all. This is a massive solid wrath that erupted from the ground. I've never felt anything like... I mean, never mind. I had to panic next. Let's get this over with. Okay. Oh man, without a mount, all this moving around is rough. Come on. Keep it moving. Okay. This is a long run. Past the mosquitoes. Sometimes you have to kill those for their eggs. We've learned that. I cannot believe I made it to level 32 in a day. That is, it's just blowing my mind. But the problem is like that the story is not like the story. I'm still at 17. So like when a new player joins, right? And they're level 32 and you're like, okay, you're doing great. And they're like, level 90 is the max. I'll be there in no time. And then you're like, well, you have to clear the MSQ. And they're like, oh, how's that going? And you're like, oh, you just open up your journal and you check. And they're like, oh, God. Oh, no. Okay, you haven't made a dent. Crazy. Some of these individual quests feel like they can be up to an hour. I don't know if they are, but that's what they feel like. So when you say 15 quests left, is that 20 minutes or is that, 10 hours? Gods! The wind blew straight through me. I felt it gentle and sharp at the same time. I can't explain it. Is this something you can conjure? Let's be on our way. Last one's at Lilystone. Okay. Doing great, child. Doing great. Oh god, that's a long way down there. Okay. Man, she is quick. How does she get there that quickly? I get a mount at the 20 MSQ, so I'm getting close. And if I can't get a jobstone, I'll probably stop these at this point after this. This will get me through the level 20 job quest. So this gets me to the point that, like, it's as far as they would expect me to have done prior to having a mount. So. And it's past the MSQ, so when I get synced down, I'll have everything that I should have. I won't have everything when I'm not synced, but that's fine. And I don't have anything yet. Yeah. I got a lot of random junk in here. Look at all that. It's crazy. Okay. Moving on down the road. So that takes you to Lavender Beds. I need to also go to Northern Shroud at some point and do my hunting log. Because that was level 11. So if I don't do that, like, my hunting log's just going to get further and further. Unless I just don't want to do my hunting log. Which isn't the end of the world. Like, I don't seem to need the experience. I say that, but if I want to level 2 jobs, I might. So that's the only reason I want to go back. Get this job as far ahead as possible. Because I want to add Red Mage and maybe Gunbreaker and see if I can get all 3 to cap. Just doing the story. Alright, Sylphie. Watch me slay this sprite. Don't touch the slugs. And ignore that buzzard. Come on. There's also a fate here. It's like so beautiful. I never noticed how clearly the sky is reflected on its surface. I never noticed. Let's head back. I'm ready to speak with the Guildmaster now. Great. Yeah. It's not a bad experience. You would have to do one of these quests like every other quest through MSQ if you want to stay caught up. Like that's why I slipped, is I was doing multiple MSQ quests in a row. You have to do it like every other time. Because you're leveling like 5 times every quest. Like you're leveling 2 or 3 times in a dungeon. And this is not using like roulettes or anything. So if you use roulettes, this is nuts. This road to 80 thing is crazy. Welcome back to my adventure, my avid conjurers. How fared you with your encounter in the elements? Sylphie, what did you sense as meteor cleansed the sources of corruption? It's hard to explain. It was like hearing voices crying out in joy. And I felt their happiness wash over me. The world seemed sharper, more alive. It's almost as if nature were speaking to me. But why, Brother Asumi? Why did my mother teach me to avoid this side of conjuring? What was she so afraid of? There are certain truths that hide behind the mask of our words. There is much that your mother didn't tell you. But you needn't seek all the answers at once, Sylphie. Even now, your mind founders amid a sudden inundation of awareness. The first time we connect with nature can be a wonderful but disorienting experience. I suggest you allow yourself some time to adjust to this new perspective. Yes, Guildmaster. You have my gratitude. Thanks to you, Sylphie has taken a most important step. You heard her mention voices crying out in joy, did you not? It appears the mother's gift has been passed on to the daughter. Such sensitivity is not something one can achieve through meditation and training. but a blessing that only a few fortunate chosen have received. And as you no doubt surmised, Sylphie's mother was one such person. Oh, the misunderstanding of that blessing, however, is what led her down such a tragic path. We cannot allow Sylphie's astonishing talents to consume her in the same manner. We mustn't get ahead of ourselves. The girl has barely awoken her potential. For that potential to be fully realized, your support is yet needed. I suspect she failed to mention that the promise of your involvement in her lessons was the reason for her change of heart. You underestimate the impression your quiet determination has made on young Selby. If modesty prevents you from acknowledging your own good deed, consider this task a part of your training. Conjurers are healers of wounds, be they physical or otherwise. Walk with her on this journey. Together, explore the myriad mysteries of nature. This is all trash. Oh, maybe not. How do I know what I have? I have an 11. 17. And a 17. I'll take the helm. Cool. I got an upgrade. There are people that got the road to 90 buff on the on Sargatanas when it was like really struggling to keep everybody in the game. Oh, and a new weapon. Snap.